Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Tom Gummy, and today we are back with another statue tutorial. Today we are continuing a series we started and left off a while back. A lot of you guys have been requesting it. It is in fact the Star Wars collection. So today we're doing one of the main characters from The Force Awakens, a new Star Wars film, which came out in winter of 2015/16, which is Kylo Ren. So hopefully you do enjoy. Again, this was designed by me and Lazar. We've been working super hard on these. He made the body, I made the head and also the lightsaber, so it's kind of a bit of a collab project. But I'll leave his YouTube and Twitter down in the description if you want to check him out. He does some awesome stuff, as well as some of the Five Nights at Freddy's world characters. So if that's something you're interested in, then check that out. Also, Jared Gaming will be making a plush version of this, so a smaller version, which you can build with as well if you want. So I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description, as well as to the video if it's uploaded at the point of this one. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that. Check it out. If you do, then let him know I sent you. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully you do enjoy it. If you do, leave a like, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and leave me a comment of who you want next, because we have built most of these Star Wars characters, or at least the significant ones. So yeah, request what you want, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy, and again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the tutorial. Okay guys, so first off we're going to start off the tutorial by listing off the blocks you'll need to build this statue, and then we'll actually start to build it. So you'll need black wool, block of coal, grey wool, cyan stained clay, stone, light grey wool, white wool, red stained clay, quartz stairs, quartz slabs, and also nether brick fence. So if you want to pause here and grab them blocks into your inventory, that would be great, and then we can get straight on into building. So as a little side note, you also need buttons if you want to add detail to a lightsaber. It's not essential, but it does look cool, and I do recommend it. So again, up to you, your choice. But hey, if you want to go all out, you might as well. So anyways, let's start building. So we're going to start off by building the legs, which are 12 tall by 8 wide by 4 deep. We're going to start off with the front side, and we're going to simply place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black wool in a row. We're then going to build up 11 more layers, so the majority of this is black, of course, because Kylo Ren's suit is like pure black. But we're going to vary it a bit with block of coal just to add some detail and to make it a bit more interesting. So the second layer is 8 block of coal. The third layer is 8 black wool, so we're kind of alternating it at the moment. The fourth layer is block of coal. If I can place it properly, that is. There you go. And then the next 2 layers is black wool. So once you've done that, you'll have something that is 6 tall and 8 wide, and it should look something like this. It simply goes black wool, coal, black wool, coal, black wool times 2. So again, 8 tall, or 6 tall, 8 wide, should I say. We're halfway at the height of the legs. So again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to. So the next layer, the 7th layer, is 3 coal, 2 black wool, 3 coal. The next layer is 1 black wool, 2 coal, 2 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool. The next layer is the exact same, so black wool, 2 coal, 2 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool. The next layer is 2 black wool, 1 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal, 2 black wool. 11th layer, so second to last layer, is 8 black wool. And then the first, should I say last, 12th layer is 8 grey wool. So, once you've done that, it will look something like this. Now, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. It should be 12 tall and 8 wide, and I'm going to prove to you that it is 12 tall. As you can see here by getting a map, the floor level in this world is Y5. Yours may be different, so you may want to check. You can fly up to the top of this area here, and as you can see, that's Y17, so that is 12 blocks tall. So again, this is a great opportunity to pause. I definitely suggest you do so. And with that said, we can add a small 3D detail before we move on to the body. So this detail I talk of, what we're going to do is go to the bottom left corner, and we're going to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th block, we're going to place 1 black wool. Then what we're going to do is build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is a 9 tall row of black wool. Then what we're going to do is go back down to the bottom, and we're going to go up diagonal, not punch it out, and place 1 black wool, and go up 7, so it's 8 in total. So the left column is 8, the right column is 9, and again it's 3D. It's not built it's not built into the statue, should I say, it's built on top of. So it's 3D, make sure it stands out from the majority, and you should be good. Okie dokie. So next what we're going to do is start working on the body. So on the left side and the right side of the top we're going to place one grey wool, and essentially this is just marking the start of the body. From here what we're going to do is go on the right side, 1, 2, 3 to the right using cyan stained clay, and then one grey wool. And on the left side we go 3 to the left using 3 cyan stained clay and 1 grey wool. Essentially that just marks out where the arms begin, or where the hands begin should I say, and it means that we don't have to count later on, which always makes life a tiny bit easier. Anyways, next what we're going to do is fill in this row here. So we're going back to the body, we're going to ignore the arms for now, we'll get back to that later on in the video. So this second row of grey we're just going to fill in solid, and then we're going to place another layer of grey wool. So that's 3 layers of grey wool, like you can see right here. And once you've done that, we're simply going to place 10 layers of black wool on top. So that's the first layer, again each layer being 8 wide. That's the second, that's the third, fourth, fifth, that's 6, 7, nearly there, 8, 9, and final layer, 10. And once you've done that, that makes the body 12 tall. So the body consists of this grey wool here up until the top right corner of the black wool. And again, to prove it, the floor level in this case is Y5 and this is Y29. So that's a 24 block difference. Again, 12 tall for the body, 12 tall for the legs. That is 24. So that is perfect. So again, easy way to tell if you've done it right. We should have this section of black down here with the coal, which is 11 tall. Then we have the 3 tall of grey wool. And then we have 10 tall of black wool. So essentially should be looking like this, and yeah, if you want to, feel free to pause. Okay, so with that said, we can now move on to the front of the arms. We're making really good progress and super fast, which is always really nice. So what we're going to do is work on the arms. So we're going to first off work on the left arm, and then we'll go on to the right arm. So what we're going to do, on top of this grey wool here, we're going to place 1 cyan. We're then going to place 2 stone, 1 cyan. The next row is 1 cyan, 2 grey wool, 1 cyan. So that's like his hand, and we're going to be putting a lightsaber here, right there, but we'll get to that later on in the video. So on top of this, we're going to place 4 black wool, and we're going to alternate again between black wool and coal just to add some detail. So next row is 4 coal, 4 black wool, 4 coal, 4 black wool, 4 coal, and then the next one, 4 black wool, 4 coal, and then finally 4 black wool. And it should meet up perfectly with the top of the body, as you can see here. And in total, that will be 5 rows of black wool and 4 rows of coal. And in total, that will be 9 tall by 4 wide. And then the hand at the bottom is 3 tall, 4 wide, and in total that makes 12 tall, 4 wide, which is the dimensions of the arm. So anyways, the right arm is pretty much the exact same, just mirrored, but I'm going to talk you through it nevertheless. If you want to skip ahead and get into the further stuff, then feel free to do so. But again, I'm going to talk you guys through it just in case you want it. So let's go. So again, what we're going to do is go to the right arm, and we're going to work from left to right. So the first row we've got here, which should be in the middle layer of grey, we've got 3 cyan, 1 grey. The next row is 1 cyan, 2 stone, 1 cyan. Next row is 1 cyan, 2 grey, 1 cyan. And then again we do the alternating between black and coal. So first row is 4 black, 4 coal, 4 black, 4 coal, 4 black, 4 coal, black, coal, and then finally black. And again, in total there should be 5 rows of black, 4 rows of coal, 9 in total, and the arm should be 12 by 4. So this is what it should be looking like so far once you've built the front of the statue. Now there is a cloak which we're going to add now to the front of his chest, so it's the one that's like around his neck. Like, it's almost like a bandana, but it's not bandana, if that makes any sense. So what we're going to do is add that now. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to go to the top left corner, so right here. Again, make sure at the front, easy way to find out is we have this little cloak area at the front. So we go to the top left corner, and what we're going to do is we're going to place a black wall on top of the pre-existing. So this is 3D, this is not built into the statue, it's built on top of the statue. Then what we're going to do is go 15 blocks to the right. And essentially what this will do is take us all the way over to the other end of the statue, and you'll have a line, as you can see, which goes left to right. Next, what we're going to do is go back to the left side, and we're going to start off on the row below by placing 3 black wool, leave a 1 block gap, place 7 black wool, leave a 1 block gap, and place 4 black wool. So reiterate what I just said, it goes 3, gap, 7, gap, 4. As you can see here, this splits it into 3 sections, the first section, middle section, and third section, or left, middle, right. What we're going to do is go to the middle section, and to the left corner of the middle section, so this block here, and we're going to go down diagonal to this block here, and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in a row, going from left to right, and essentially you should have a 1 block gap here on the left, and a 1 block gap here on the right. Then what we're going to do is go to the bottom left corner of this row we just built, go down diagonal to right, place a block, and go to the right once. Once you've done that, you have built the, I guess, bandana, cloak, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure of the technical term, in fact, but you've built it, so we can now move on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is start focusing on the sides of the statue, making it 3D. We've already got some 3D aspects, but it's not as much as it should be, and that's what we're going to work on now. So what we're going to do is go around to the left corner of the statue, and we're going to expand this backwards 1, 2, 3 using black wool. Then what we're going to do is simply just match it up with the sides. So in this case, there's coal at the side, so we place 3 coal. This case, black, so we place 3 black. Coal, 3 coal, and then we do black wool times 2, coal, black wool, and then finally grey wool. So essentially that is a 12 by 4, and it looks something like this. And it goes 1 row of black wool, 1 row of coal, black wool, coal, 2 black, 1 coal, I believe that's 4 black, and then 1 grey. So if you want to pause here, then it'll be a good time to do so, because we're going to start getting a bit difficult in a second. The statue will start getting a bit difficult, should I say. So what we're going to do here, and this is again kind of difficult, I guess somewhat, we're going to start adding the cloak which we got at the front onto the sides. So what we're going to start off by doing is going to the bottom left corner and going up a block. We're then going to place a black wool right here, as you can see, again 3D, on top of what we built, not inside, not behind, on top. We're going to go 1 to the left and 1 to the right, and then we're going to go on the right side, up 1, up diagonal to the right twice. So essentially that's the bottom of what we've got to do. On this right side we're going to go up 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're then going to go up diagonal to the left twice, to the left once, down diagonal, and all the way down. And it should be 8 blocks from there to there, or 9 blocks in total. So once you've done that, you'll have a shape which looks like this. Essentially it's 3 at the bottom, 9 on the left side, 5 on the right side, and then the diagonal parts in between. We're then going to fill this with black wool, and this is like the side of the cloak complete, and the other side is pretty much the exact same, but I'll show you nevertheless. So again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. The way I kind of like did this on the tutorial sheet, which I used to like memorize things, is I used a different material so it stood out, but hopefully you can see that this first row is 9, the second row is 10, 10, 7, 5, and then from the bottom there's a 1 block gap, 1 block gap, 1 block gap, 3 block gap, and a 4 block gap. So hopefully that's easy enough to do, and with that said, let's go around to the other side. So coming around to the right side, what we're going to do is expand it backwards 1, 2, 3. And then again, it's just a case of matching it up with the side block. So this is coal, black wool, coal, 2 rows of black wool, coal, 4 rows of black wool, and then a row of grey wool. Okay, so that's a 12 by 4 again. And if you want to pause, again, you're more than welcome to do so. So simply, now all we've got to do is do the exact same as what we did on the other side, but mirrored. So what we're going to do is go to the bottom right corner side, seeing as it's the other side. And what we're going to do is go up one block and place a black wall. We're then going to go one to the left, one to the right. And on the left side, we're going to go up one, up diagonal twice, and then up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, what we're going to do is go up diagonal to the right twice, to the side one, down diagonal, and then link it back so to the bottom, and there should be a 7 block gap, as you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that will link up together and make a 9 long line. So again, just to recap, this one here is 9, this one here is 5, and then once we fill it in, I'll show you what the other ones are. Okay, so again, it's just the exact same as the other side mirrored. It's very, very simple, but this side is 9, 10, 10, 7, 5. So if you want to pause or recap, it's 5, 7, 10, 10, 9. Okay, so with that said and done, that is pretty much the legs, or the side of the legs, complete. So we can now move on to the side of the arms. So what we're going to start off by doing is come around to the back of the statue, so here. And we're going to get our stone. And on the inside parts of the hands, we're going to place a 2x2 of stone. So this is on both sides, like so. Then what we're going to do is we are going to place a 2x2 of grey wool next to it. So this is on the outside of the hands. And again, it should be in line with this part here of the front of the hands. Finally, what we're going to do is get our grey wool on the left side and place 1 grey wool, 3 cyan going towards the middle. And on the right side, we go 3 cyan, 1 grey wool. So essentially the grey wool should be on the outside of the hand, as you can see here, and from below it should look like this. So this is the left hand. I'll come around to the front. This is the left arm or left hand, and then this is the right arm or right hand. And again, it's a 4x4, so it's pretty simple to do. And yeah, once you've done that, we can now start working on the sides. So for the sides of the arms, what we're going to do is simply match it up more or less with the side that we've already built. So we're going to start on this side, and what we're going to do, the first row is 4 grey wool. The second row is 1 cyan, 2 stone, 1 cyan. The next row is the exact same, 1 cyan, 2 stone, 1 cyan. Now this is the easy part, again it's just simply matching up what we've got at the sides. So in this case it's simply 3 black wool, 3 coal, going back and forth between each other. So black wool, coal, black wool, coal, black wool, coal, black wool, coal, and then finally black wool. And once you've done that, that is a 12x4, and it's very, very simple. So if you want to pause, again, you're more than welcome to do so. And we are going to be adding some 3D effects onto this, but I'll do that in a second once we finish the other side of the arm. Okay, so coming around to the other side, what we're going to do is pretty much the exact same. So starting from left to right, the first row again is just grey. Second row is cyan, 2 stone, cyan. Next row is cyan, 2 stone, cyan. And then we go again on the pattern of 3 black wool, 3 coal, black wool, coal, black wool, coal, black wool, coal, and finally black wool. Again, 12x4, a rectangle. If you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. And that is the left side of the arm. Okay, so what I was saying about this 3D effect. Now, what we're going to do is come to the top left corner. In this case, we're on the left side of the arm. And we're going to place on the top row 4 black wool. Again, this is on top of the arm, not built into it, not built behind it. This is a 3D effect. And you'll know you've done it right because it should be diagonal from this 3D effect at the front. Underneath this, we're going to place another row of 4. And then on the right side, we're going to go to this block here and go down diagonal to left and place 1 right there. And that is pretty much the 3D effect for the side. It's simply 2 rows of 4 with 1 block coming down. And then if we go around to the right side, we're going to do the exact same. Go to the top left corner, this one here, not this one because this is the 3D effect, not the arm. So top left corner of the arm, place 4 black wool. Underneath that, place 4 more. And then from here, this first block on the left, go down diagonal to right and place 1 right there. Okay, so that is the right side again with the 3D effect. And with that said and done, that is the sides of the body and the arms complete. So you should have something looking like this. It's starting to come together, as you can see, starting to look really, really nice, and that's always cool to see. So what we're going to work on now is the back of the legs, the back of the body, and then we'll move on to the head. So coming round to the back of the legs, what we're going to do is simply match up with the sides. So the legs, as you know, are 8 wide, but we've already got 1 block on left, 1 block on right. So we're only placing 6 blocks in each row, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's simply just matching it up. So in this case, it goes black wool, coal, black wool, coal, and then black wool times 2, coal, and then black wool. So at this point, it doesn't really matter because this will all be covered up in a second anyways. The only ones that really matter too much are the bottom 2 rows because you will see them. So this top row, 12th row, is in fact grey wool, and you will see that, so that does matter. But for these ones, all here, we're going to cover it up, and I'm going to show you how. So, as you can see, we got these 3D overhangs on each side. What we're going to do is go to the left corner, to this one here, and we're going to place 1 block to the right of this block here. Then we go up diagonal to the right one, up diagonal to the right one, down diagonal to the right one, and down diagonal. And what that does is links them like so. So as you can see, there's 1 block there, up diagonal to the side, up diagonal to the side, down diagonal to the side, down diagonal, and it will link up like so. For the top area, what we're going to do is simply go up diagonal to the right and link it by placing 8 black wool in a row like so. Then what we're going to do is simply just fill it in, and once you've done that, that is it. It's very, very simple, and that is the cloak that you've got wrapped around his legs complete. Because we've got it done on all of the 4 sides. So let me just fill this in quickly, and then I'll give you some dimensions just in case you want to do it an alternative way. So from left to right, it goes 9 tool, 10 tool, 9 tool, 9 tool, 8 tool, 8 tool, 9 tool, 9 tool, 10 tool, 9 tool. Okay, so again, just to recap, 9, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 9. If you can remember that, then well done. But essentially, it should look like this. And once you come around to the front or the sides, it will look awesome and super complete. Now, if you want to take it to the next step, you could potentially try and link this with the middle part. The middle part is just like a little robe that hangs down. But again, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want because it is your statue and you're going to be building it in your own world. So you're more than welcome to make whatever alterations you want. But with that said, we can now move on to the body and the back of the arms. The body itself is very, very simple. So what we're going to do is on top of this grey wool we just placed a second ago, we're going to place 2 more rows of grey wool. And then on top of that, we're going to place 10 rows of black wool. So each row being 8 wide. So very, very simple. And essentially, this will take you up to the same height as the top of the front, ideally. If not, you've probably made a mistake. You might want to go back and see where things haven't gotten to plan. But yeah, with that said, this is very, very easy and shouldn't be too difficult at all. Now, the reason why there isn't any detail on the actual back of the body is purely because Kylo Ren, as I said earlier, is wearing like pure black clothing. And as much as we like to add detail because it looks cool, there's really no point in adding detail where detail is not there or detail is not needed. So that is the case in this. There is no real detail on his back, and there's no real detail on his front really, apart from the cloaks and maybe the stripes on his arms. But again, that's why this is plain. So it's better to keep it simple sometimes than overcompensate with the detail and make it look kind of weird. Okay, so as you can see, from this block here, bottom left corner of grey to top right corner of black wool, is a 12 by 8, and again should match up perfectly with the front. As you can see here, you can link these together because we're going to have to do that anyway, so you might as well do it now. And that will show you that you've done it correctly. So for the back of the arms, back of the left arm, what we're going to do first is, first row again is grey wool, 3 cyan, just to reiterate. Second row is 1 cyan, 2 stone, 1 cyan, and then the next row is 2 grey wool and 1 cyan. So it's pretty much the exact same as the front side, just mirrored. The next row is black wool, so 3 black wool, 3 coal, 3 black wool, 3 coal. Again, just alternating black wool, coal, black wool, coal, and black wool. Once you get to the top, it will look like this, and you can go ahead and fill in the shoulders using black wool. Again, it doesn't matter too much because we're going to be building on top of the shoulders, but it's always just easier to fill it in because it makes building on top of it easier, I guess. So that is what the back of the right arm looks like, or the left arm if you're looking from a back perspective, if you want to be technical. So again, it's a 12x4 with 3 layers of hand and 9 layers of arm. And the arm simply is just black coal, black coal, black coal, black coal. So the other side, exact same. We have to build from left to right. So we place 1 cyan, 2 stone, 1 cyan, 2 grey wool. And then we just do our black coal, black coal. So again, the arm is 4 wide, but we're only placing 3 blocks because we got the 1 block at the side already pre-built from when we're doing the sides of the arms. And again, just fill in the shoulders using black wool, and that will give you something that looks like this. So the one thing we are missing from this side is the cloak, or slash bandana, slash whatever you want to call it. And how we do this is we go to the top left corner of the left arm, or the back of the right arm, and we place 1 black wool right here. Not here, because again, this is the cloak from the side, here. So just above this coal block. We're then going to go 15 blocks to the right. So again, we're building a line all the way across. Again, not this one. This is the cloak, not the arm. Okay, below this, we're going to place 1 block and go 15 blocks to the left. And that will take you all the way back to the left side. Then what we're going to do, on the 3rd row, we're going to leave 2 blocks from the left, place 1. And we go all the way to the right side, and we leave 2 blocks from the right and place 1 on the 3rd one right there. So, easy way to know you've done it right. It shouldn't be on top of this last coal, it should be on top of the second to last coal. Okay, so with that said, that's what it should look like. If you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. Again, it's simply 2 rows of 16 black wool, and then underneath it, with 2 block gaps either side, 1 black wool either side on the left and the right arm. Okie dokie. So now what we're going to do is build the shoulders, and the shoulders are pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. So we're going to come around to the front side of the statue, and we go to the left side here and the top of the shoulder. So what you're presented with is this shape that looks like this. So we've got a gap here, so what we're going to do is go up diagonal into this block here and place a black wool on top of the shoulder. We're then going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 to the left, and 2 down. And that makes a 4x4 square with a 2x2 square in the middle. In this middle part, we're going to fill that in with black wool, and that gives us a solid 4x4 square, and that's simply all you got to do. So the right side, we're going to do the exact same. So we go to the right side, to this gap here, we go in diagonal, place 1 black wool, 3 to the left, up 3, to the right 3, down 2, and fill this 2x2 in the middle with black wool, to make a 4x4 of black wool and his second shoulder pad. So once you've done that, it will look like this. Now it looks awfully weird without his head with the shoulder pads there, but that's expected, of course. So with that said, one thing we're going to add before we move on is his lightsaber, and then we'll move on to his head, and I'll give you guys an opportunity to catch up if you need. So what you do for his lightsaber, make sure at the front side of the statue, and we go to his left hand. Now on this second row here where we've got the stone, the one on the right, we're going to place a black wool on top of it. And we're going to bring that forwards towards us away from the statue. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what we're going to do on the second block from the left, we're going to go up 1 and down 1. So going towards the floor and towards the sky using black wool. And it makes like a kind of sideways cross. Then what we're going to do is get our red stained clay. And from this block here, we're going to extend it outwards again away from the statue 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, it's 4 black wool, 9 red stained clay. Then what we do is on top of this black wool here and below this black wool here, we're going to place a red stained clay because he has like the cross-shaped lightsaber which has the parts coming out of the side, and I'm pretty sure I read a scientific explanation behind the logic of it, and there was like proper reasons of why they did it, and not only does it look cool, but there's actual proper science reasons why they did it, but that's kind of what that represents. And just to make it like look a bit more pointy, because the sides are really pointy and sharp looking, and because there's no red stained clay like fence posts or cobblestone posts, we're going to have to compromise a bit and place 1 nether brick fence on top and 1 nether brick fence underneath. and it kind of makes it look a tiny bit more pointy if you kind of see what I'm kind of clutching straws here, but like you see what I'm trying to achieve here. So if you want to add that, you're more than welcome. If not, again, you're more than welcome to ignore that part. So with the buttons, again, this is optional, but I think it looks a hell of a lot better if you do. These two black wool right here, next to the hand, we're going to place a button on either side of both blocks. And then to finish off the lightsaber, we come around to the back side of the left hand, and to the left stone here, we place a black wool, and we place one stone either side. Again, you can make that too wide if you want, to make it more significant, but I normally go with one because we want it to be looking like he's gripping it mainly from the front side, and that the handle is mainly in the palm of his hand, should I say. So again, there's a few alterations you can do with the lightsaber if you want. You can make it out of red stained glass. I'm not going to choose what you can make it out of. You can do whatever you want. Red wool, red stained glass. You could potentially use redstone block. It's a bit too textured if you ask me. It's got too much going on in it, which is why I use the red stained clay, because it's nice and plain and simple. But again, it's up to you. You're more than welcome to choose what you want. Okay, so that is it. That is the body complete with the lightsaber included. I'm going to get rid of my arm, show you guys around before we move on to the head. So, as you can see here, the front of the legs are 12 by 8. Moving around to the left side, it's 12 by 4, but then we got the 3D effect. Again, I explained the dimensions earlier of the 3D effect, but the leg itself is 12 by 4. Coming around to the right side, we have this area here, again, which is 12 by 4. The 3D effect, more or less the exact same. Round to the back of the legs is 12 by 8, and then this effect at the back is, as far as I can remember, it's 9, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 9. That may be a bit off, but again, if you need to, go back in the video and see. The back of the body is 12 by 8, as well as the back of the arms being 12 by 4. Coming around to the side of the right arm, again, is 12 by 4. And the side of the left arm, which is 12 by 4. The 3D effects here are all custom sizes, so I'm not going to quote dimensions, but I'm just going to fly around it slowly and hope you can understand it just as easily. Okay, so now we have that done. Hopefully you're at this point where you can move on to the head. If you're not, definitely go back in the video, see where things haven't gone to plan, and catch up, because otherwise it's going to make life a whole lot more difficult. You're probably going to end up having to tear down the whole statue and start again, which is never a good choice. So anyways, now we can move on to the head. So the only side of the head that has any form of detail is the front, of course, because his whole helmet is black apart from the front. So what we're going to do is do the back and sides first, and then we'll come back to the front. But how we're going to do this is we're going to go to the front side of the statue, and we're going to come to this block, not next to this square here, but the one to the right of it. So we place one black wool here and bring it one forwards, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over to this side, and then back onto the actual block there. And as you can notice, it should be diagonal from this square and diagonal from this square. Then what we're going to do is expand it backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to bring it forwards from here as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and join them together by placing 6 blocks like so. So it should overhang the front and the back 1 block, technically 2, but it only looks like it's 1 because of this 3D effect here. But what that gives us is an 8 by 8 square, which you can see right here, with 2 rectangles either side. So it is a bit confusing with the rectangles, so I'm going to quickly remove a chunk of it, just so you can see what I mean. So this is the template of the head. Again, it's an 8 by 8 square, so 8 by 8. And what we're going to do is build up the sides, and then we'll work on the front. So for the sides, what we're going to do, we're going to start on the left side. We're simply just going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to build over to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down 6. And link it up, and that makes a 8 by 8 frame. We're going to do this on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and simply just link the sides and the back up like so. And what that means we can do is then go ahead and fill in all these 3 faces, or all these 3 sides, with solid black wool. So it's very, very easy and very self-explanatory, so I'm just going to quickly fill it in as fast as I can. So that is the left side complete. Again, as you can see here, it's an 8 by 8 square. Coming around to the back side, again, just simply filling it in with black wool to make a 8x8 square. And again, the front side, as the fact that it has the only amount of detail, it is quite detailed. And it's something that took me quite a while to design, so hopefully you do like it. I am fully aware that Kylo Ren has like 3 strips of metal across his face, but we could only fit one for obvious reasons. We're working with like a small radius here, small area, so hopefully you understand that, but it still represents the point just as well in my opinion. Okie dokie. So as you can see, whilst I was rambling about design issues with the front of the face, we have built the left side, which is 8x8, the back side, which is 8x8, and the right side, which is, of course, you guessed it, 8x8. So that leaves us with the top of the head and also the front, but I'm going to leave the top till last because there's a few things we need to do before then. So what we're going to do first is the first 3 layers is solid black wool on the front. So that's 1, 2, 3 of black wool. Then what we're going to do, on the left side and right side, we're going to punch 2 black wool out on either side, like so. And on the lower part, we're going to place 1 white wool, if I have it. There we go. So 1 white wool, and then 1 light grey on top, and on the other side, 1 white wool, 1 light grey on top. Then what we're going to do is go up diagonal from this light grey, and we're going to place 2 light grey going in either side, and then 2 white wool in the middle. On top of this, we're going to place 6 grey wool, and on top of that, 6 black wool. And that's essentially the inner frame of the statue. So what we do here is we place 1 black wool, and in fact we can just fill this solid black wool because you're not going to see half of it. So right now it should be looking like this. So it looks very plain and very weird, and we're going to work on fixing that right now. So the rest of it is 3D effects, which is why it looks weird right now, because we're going to start working with 3D blocks, and that makes no sense, working 3D blocks when we've been working with 3D blocks the whole time. We're going to start placing blocks on top of it to make it 3D. There we go. So, underneath this white wool, on the left side, we're going to place 1 cyan stained clay. We're then going to go down diagonal to side and down 1. We're going to do the exact same on the right side. Underneath this white wall here, we can place 1 cyan stained clay, go down diagonal, down to side and down 1. Next is cyan. On either side, we're going to place 1 grey wool inwards, like so. And on top of that, we place 1 cyan stained clay. Not on top, diagonal inwards, my bad. So, just to reiterate that, just in case I confused any of you, because I made a slight mess up there on my half. Instead of on top, you go literally diagonal inwards. So in between that, there should be a 2 block gap, and you place 2 stone. And that leaves you with something that looks a bit like this. So what we're going to do now is on the bottom left corner of this gap here, next to this cyan stained clay, we're going to place 1 light grey. And then the rest of this gap, we're going to simply fill in with stone. Now you may be asking, why is there 1 random light grey? And that's, again, just to add texture and detail. It looks really weird, and not weird, but really plain without it. So that's why we've added it. So again, that is the 3D effect of the mouth, or the mouth area, should I say. So if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. Again, just to point out that there should be 3 blocks exposed here of the under black wool. This is a mask after all, not like a whole jaw. And for the upper part, what we're going to do is get our black wool. And right on top of this light grey wool here, we're going to place 1 black. Go up 1, to the right 1, up 1. To the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 1, to the right 1, down 1. So we make a little bridge shape, again, going from here. On top of this light grey wool, we go 1 block. Up, to the right, all the way across, apart from 1 block, down 1, to right 1, down 1. Then what we're going to do is get our quartz stairs and quartz slabs, and in this gap here, we're going to place 1 upside-down quartz stair on either side, and same with this one. So it should look like this. Then what we're going to do in between these 2 quartz stairs at the top is place 2 upside-down quartz slabs on, placed onto this black wall right here. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. As you can see, starting to look a bit like Kylo Ren. So, this is what I mean about how the metal strip, this quartz here represents the metal strip, but of course we don't have enough space to physically start adding tons and tons of them. So that's why we've stuck to, technically you probably get away with that, but that looks a really bit weird, or a tad weird should I say. So I would definitely recommend that you stick to just the one. So again, just to remind you, this is 8 blocks tall, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for the top of the statue and the last part of the statue, it is simply just black wool, because there's no detail on the top. It's the mask that has the detail. So once you've done that, you have pretty much completed the tutorial. Nevertheless, I will get rid of my hand once more and show you around the head. Give you guys opportunities to pause. So again, that's the front, the left side, the back side, the right side, and of course, the top. Okie dokie, so that is the tutorial complete. If you enjoyed, definitely consider leaving a like and subscribing down below. Again, I've got a lot more of these Star Wars statues coming. I have a ton of them designed from The Force Awakens, and also some of the previous historical characters from the older films. So anyways, yeah, hopefully you did enjoy. If you did struggle at any point and need some more personalised support, then definitely let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try and offer it as much as humanly possible. Remember, I am one guy, so if I don't respond straight away, that'll be why. But yeah, hopefully again you did enjoy. Stay tuned for the newer statue tutorials. And yeah, with that said and done, thank you. Until next time, I've been Tom or Gummy, and goodbye.
Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart, tear me apart and watch it burn. Tear me apart, tear me apart and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.